What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday where I will be talking about clown world stuff. This is Breaking the Narrative, and my co-host John for Infinite Talk is unfortunately not feeling well, and also he's going to be taking an extended break for the holidays, so he may be back in the new year. Hopefully he will be back in the new year and Infinite Talk will resume. But until then, I wanted to keep going with Breaking the Narrative and also probably like chill streams or whatever else on Wednesdays, because that's when I do my show about the clown world. And I know you guys like it. I know you guys like the show and my opinions on clown world stuff, because I have a lot of it. I like to give my opinions about clown world all the time. So yeah, we gotta have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Definitely wasn't a slow news day, and I'm sorry that I started late, but I was actually on another stream just 2 minutes ago. My friend Damaj and it's his birthday, and he's celebrating it, so it was a birthday stream. I had to go there and say happy birthday to Damaj and So again, happy birthday, Damaj and I wish you the very, very best. You're probably not seeing this because you're streaming over there, but just in case, I just wanted to let you know, thank you for all your support, Damaj. It means a lot to me. And we got a lot of support in the chat already. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Please smash the like, share the stream, all the good stuff. Because even if YouTube wants to pretend that the like and dislike button don't work anymore, or like the dislike button doesn't work, it does work. And the algorithm still works. So please smash the like, share the stream, or dislike if you don't like it. If you don't like my beautiful Christmas setup or my Santa hat or whatever, you can still press the dislike and leave a comment and say, listen, I'm not a big fan of Christmas and I'm not into your setup, but you're still pretty, or something. I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to tell you what to say. I'm just letting you know. You can still comment. Check out my Duff beer, by the way. I found this at a store and I had to buy it. And I don't even drink beer. I just thought I should buy it and put it on display because I have a Duff mug. So I figured I'll have a Duff beer. Isn't that funny? Anyways, I just thought I'd show that up. States Manual says, I am impressed by the vid opening. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And we have Deranged Lunatic versus I said versus. I meant AKADL. Hello, how you doing, hon? What did you send me? Is it a rose? Is it a rose? It is a rose. Thank you so much. And also Zen Master Meme. Let me go back to my tab here. Thank you so much for the 99 cent sunglasses, dude. I have my sunglasses here so I can. Yo. Thank you. Thank you for that. Sunglasses super sticker. This actually looks kind of good. Cool. Well, we have a show, people. We have a show. Let me say hi to a few people. We got Naked Fame here. Hello. Doug Kelly is here. What's going on? You would have to be crazy not to like that Christmas hat and outfit. I know, right? I mean, maybe Seth Rogen wouldn't like it because apparently he's not a fan of Christmas anymore, but whatever. We're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. Cosmo James is here. What's going on? Says, hail to you. We've got Joker Voice here. Darren M is here. What's going on, Darren M? Joker Voice says, I'll co-host with you anytime. I'm good by myself. I can do this. Hello, E. Clay. Vince is here. What's going on? States Manual's here. Ms. Teresa Martin is here. She is lovely. We stream together usually on Sundays. Definitely check out her channel. She's lovely. Keely Chow is here and saying, rest in peace, JJ. Absolutely. Rest in peace to one of our members in the community, which I found out on Monday night that he passed away. And it was a really, really big shock because a lot of the people we know each other, and it was definitely something. So everybody out there, if you're friends of JJ's, I'm really sorry for your loss. And F's in the chat for JJ, because he was a really nice guy. He was rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. We've got who else? Thank you, Keely Chow. And I hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm Innocent is here and says for $1.49, what, it's an ice cream cone. It's an ice cream cone. Thank you. Thank you for the ice cream cone. Frosty. Stay frosty, my friends. Where's Mandy? I don't know. Probably at home with her critters and her doggy. I don't know where Mandy is. Yes, F's in the chat for JJ. That's right. Joker voice says F. Yes, everybody. Naked Fame says, wow, Nina, that was crazy. We said F in the chat at the same time. We're practically twins. Hey, man, great minds think alike. Oh, I like your new icon. It's Darth Vader with a bunch of stuff. That's cool. It's cool. What's going on, Jacob? How are you doing? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. We got so much stuff to talk about tonight. Yeah, so definitely smash that like and share the stream. Tell everybody what's going on, that this stream is happening. We might be getting shadow banned here, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just gonna share this out again, and we should be good to go. All right. All right. Where should we even start? There's so much stuff to talk about tonight. Oh no, Doug, Kelly, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh no. Yeah, I'm so sorry. That sucks. That really sucks. That's just that's really tough, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hang in there. Hang in there. They're like family, you know? When that happens, it's just awful. Ian Sephora this year says, I need to go get a tree. I have a fake one. And I love that it's fake and I can just take it out of the box and set it up. And I set it up yesterday because it was my day off. And I was like, finally, I get to like set up my tree and get all like holiday ready. So like the office is set up. That was set up yesterday or Monday. And then I finally did all the house yesterday, last night. And so it's all done and pretty and holiday-ish. I am ready for the holidays. I'm a very Christmas person. Like I love Christmas. So that I know, right? The Alec Baldwin fake tears. Yeah, this is that was a thing. It's like the Oscar goes to Alec Baldwin for that performance. Hey Jesse, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, I heard that, Brent, that Trump was brought in the Epstein mess. The thing is, though, is that he was always brought up. But I find it interesting that the focus is not on the main players. They just want to like kind of bring up Trump just because we all know how much they hate Trump. But the truth of the matter is that Trump and Epstein had a huge beef for a long time, and it was because a lot of people know that, like I think Trump knew about the whole Epstein Island situation, and he was not down, and they had beef, and I think Trump, from what I understand, there was a property that Epstein bid on in New York, and then Trump outbid him, even though he knew that Epstein wanted it. And like Epstein and him they did not get along. They were not friends. But yeah, a lot of interesting things coming out from that trial, which we can't really talk about because A, Mama YouTube doesn't like it, and B, there's nothing really to talk about because, you know, it's not like the Kyle Rittenhouse trial where it was like all aired. This is all hearsay as of now. I think there's recordings, but I haven't had a chance to listen to the recording. I don't even know where you find this recording situation. They've made it as like hard as possible to get any information from it. So far, I've been following this Twitter account. It's called Epstein. I think the Epstein trial coverage is the Twitter account. Let me try and pull it up. Epstein. And I've been following that to get any sort of like Epstein news And I can't even find it right now. But that's the one that I've been following. There's one that's going on Twitter. I think they have over 400 followers as of 400,000 followers as of like a few days ago. I can't seem to see it right now, but yeah, that's how I've been getting my like Epstein trial news has been through Twitter. Yeah, the amount of CEOs stepping down right now is also very interesting, including Jack Dorsey stepped down, and then had a new CEO who banned like memes immediately afterwards. Hey, Force of Light Entertainment is here. What's going on, ladies? Well, I think that's Natalie, or is that Michelle? I don't know. I always forget. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. You guys are twins. I can't tell you apart. I think that's Michelle. Michelle, is that you? Hi. Yeah. So, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, mine's bigger than Jay's. Hi, heyo. He doesn't mind though. He doesn't mind. Oh, there we go. It's Michelle. We don't hate you. Oh, geez. Did you see my Duff? Did you see my Duff beer? Look at, I bought a Duff beer, which I'm not even going to drink, but it's an actual Duff beer. Isn't that funny? I don't know. Now I'm like showing it off every 5 minutes because I feel like I got something cool. Oh, that's good to know. Rock and roll at, wait, what? Tyrannosaurus. I thought that said something else. Rock and roll Tyrannosaur, thank you so much. Says the YouTuber Good Logic is attending the Maxine trial and doing daily recaps. That's really good to know. I really like Good Logic. I've seen him a whole bunch of times on Nick Rekieta's streams, and this is way back when, before Nick Rekieta became popular from the Rittenhouse trial. I used to watch him on Nick Rekieta's stream. So yeah, so that's good to know that he's doing that. Everybody check out Good Logic. I think I can put his, let me see, let me go and get his channel. Good Logic. Oh, he's live right now, but don't go there, stay here. Yeah, he's live right now talking about the trial. I'm going to put his link in the chat so you guys know who we're talking about. Good Logic. But that's good to know. I'm going to have to check that out. Leonard S. Thank you so much for the 5. Says, number 1 rule in gun safety: never point a gun, even if you are sure it's not loaded, at anyone you do not intend to shoot. That's what I've always been told too. Mind you, I'm bad at it. Like I've been told I'm trigger finger happy, especially when I was doing my Lara Croft photo shoot and my Lara Croft just hanging out in the costume, and I had the toy guns. My finger was always on the trigger, and Lorena Creole and Mandy Summers got mad at me. They were like, "Girl, hands off the trigger," and I was like, "Okay." And so I kept doing that, and yeah, so I have to get better at that. But there's no excuse for someone like Alec Baldwin. There's just no excuse. Besides, now he's saying he didn't even do it. He's saying he didn't pull the trigger. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that, and I had a whole bunch more. We're gonna talk about this. 200 Watt Studio says, you missed my super chat, sweetheart. Did I? Oh shoot. I'm so sorry. Let me see it. There you are. 200 Watt Studios for $2. A Santa baby. What? Wait. Okay, hold on. Santa baby, was that Alec Baldwin inside Actors Studio? There you go. I said I did it in song. Kind of seemed like it, didn't it? I know, right? He's such a liar. And the Oscar goes to Alec Baldwin for that performance in the ABC interview. Okay, we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch that. Vistra is here. Hail, Queen Nina. Hello to you, Vistra. Okay. let me start the show. Okay. Before we get started, actually, before I forget, there is something really cool happening. We just announced it on Toxic Femininity on Monday. We're doing a pinup, not calendar. It's a pinup spectacular. So what that is it's going to be like a poster book, kind of like they're like folded, and then you can like take them out and enlarge them and like put them on your wall or whatever you want to do. So they're going to be like nice pictures, and this is the sign up sheet for it. So if you guys are interested, please go and put in your email so you can get like immediate notifications of when the campaign goes live and all like the bonus stuff and everything like that. So please put your email in. That's free. So yeah, and I put the link in my pinned tweet, but I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. Sign up here. So just put in your email, and yeah, and then you can see some beautiful art. It's going to be like the 1940 style pinup posters. This is Lorena's. It's going to be featuring me, Mandy Summers, and Lorena Creole. This is Lorena's. This is Mandy's. This is mine. I'm all Christmassy. And it's brought to you by Midnight's Edge, of course, because that's where Toxic Femininity is. And we are going to be we're going to be this is going to be exciting. We're going to have other stuff to go with it, like little trading cards and things like that. So this is really cool. I'm really excited. Peter Gilmore is doing the art, and I think we have a couple of other artists as well that are going to be doing some of the art, which I'm not going to name names yet because I don't know for a fact if it's confirmed. So yeah, so we're doing this, and I think it's really cool. So if you guys want, sign up, put your email in, get that email in there. It's free to just put your email in to the thingy. You have to pay or anything like that. Not yet anyways. But yeah, so thank you everybody, and I'll plug this as we go along during the show just a couple more times. The physics channel says I already signed up. Well, thank you so much. Hard work says my wife would kill me. Well, there might be, well, not might, but there is going to be some men in it as well, including some of the people who are part of Midnight's Edge. I'm not going to name names, but you should be able to deduce that. But some other people as well who've been on Toxic Fem. We're trying to get them on there. So your wife might really like it. It's gonna be very tasteful. So maybe like give her the female pictures, and then she can decide which ones are okay for you to have. I don't know. I don't know. Brent says, I put my thingy in the thingy. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. Fanto said I signed up too. Yay! Thank you so much. That's awesome. Joker Voice says I can't wait. I signed up. Thank you so much, Joker Voice. Yes, so definitely. There you go. That's how you solve situations. Yeah, just get a couple, and then you're fine. Besides, you always ask for forgiveness, not permission. You know how that works. 201 Studio, thank you so much for the $2. Says share your photo references for your pinups. No. Hell no. Good try though. Good try. Drunk 3 goes in the chat says someone looks hot. Is that you? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Drunk. Thank you. Yes, Peter Gilmore is a great artist, and he's done a lot of work with Mandy. So he is definitely our go-to artist. And this is going to be great. This is going to be a great project. It's really creative. I love it. And I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I said hot. H-O-T. Oh, wait. Which part? Because I did say I have a bigger hat than Jay earlier. I don't know. Okay, let's start the show. We have things to talk about. Let's start with Sir Alec Baldwin, who cries crocodile tears to make you feel sorry for him. I don't know why I went all British. That's hat. That's hat. It's like, I don't know if you guys remember when Paris Hilton had that show and she'd be like, that's hot. I used to say that all the time back in the day. Okay. Why did I admit that? I don't know. All right, here we go. Let's talk about, okay, let me move some of these tabs. Let's talk about Sir Alec Baldwin and his weird crocodile tears interview that he did in his first ever interview since, well, I guess it's not really first ever because he did a really awkward one with his wife, where his wife was like, no, let's not do that. Let's go. But this is like the legit interview with ABC. So from Bounding into Comics, Alec Baldwin says the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger in clip for ABC News's interview about Rust killing. Honestly, I don't even think we need to read this. Let's just watch the interview. Here it is. I think I had that already clicked, but let me go into. I have a million tabs open, you guys. Okay, here it is. All right, here we go. Alec Baldwin is such a tool. All right, let's see. I got this. Hey, Agent One, good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right. Share my audio. Okay. So in his first ever interview, first of all, can I just say that this entire commercial was funnier than SNL? Like anything Alec Baldwin has done on SNL for the past, like, I don't know, 5-6 years. Like all the time he did like that Trump stuff. This is funnier than all of that put together. Like the way that this commercial was shot and the way that the announcer's like, when Alec Baldwin gets interviewed tonight on ABC. Oh my God. It's like the funniest thing I've ever heard. Okay, here we go. Let's just start.
She was someone who was.
Wait, why is it so low?
Who worked with and liked by everyone. She was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
Oh my God. Immediately into the tears. Okay, was it just me or did that just seem like really fake? Like, look at this. Oh my God. I don't know. It just seems so fake.
I mean, even now, I find it hard to believe that. It just doesn't seem real to me.
That's because
you haven't said much in public since that tragic
delusional.
accident. Why speak out now?
For the first time.
And the one you must have asked yourself 1,000 times, how could this have happened?
I like how they like juxtapose it. Like the music is getting more intense with the piano, and then it's like, and then it's like they juxtapose it with him like bent over, like right after the shooting, like I don't know, throwing up or something, whatever. For the first time since the fatal shooting on the set of the movie Rust.
You've described it as a 1 in a trillion shot, and the gun was in your hand. How do you come to terms?
Cry more.
It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger.
Okay, so this guy's like, you know, the trigger wasn't supposed to be pulled. There was no thing.
Wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So
I didn't pull the trigger, he says, because this guy was like,
for the trigger to be. It wasn't in the script.
It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled. Now, this is something that has come from the lawsuits as well, because there's been 2 lawsuits filed against Alec Baldwin, and these things have been said.
For the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger.
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them. Never.
What did you think happened?
Okay, see, I call
How did
bullshit
a
on
real
this.
bullet get on that set?
No
And
idea.
it's funny because he's like, I would never, he's like, I would never, like, you know, point a gun at them and at someone and shoot and pull the trigger. Okay. Now, here's the thing. This has been an ongoing, like, theory between Jane and I. Because Jane Theory, by the way, she's got a great channel. Go check it out. We hang out pretty much every Sunday as well on this channel. So you guys should be familiar with Jane Theory. But Jane Theory and I have had an ongoing theory about how what happened on the set of Rust was basically Alec Baldwin having a giant temper tantrum. And basically something had gone down because we all know there was a bunch of drama earlier in the day and there was walkouts and whatever. And we think that Alec Baldwin had a temper tantrum and shot the gun that was in his hand, even though it wasn't meant to be shot. Like he just was like, and he just like, you know, pulled the trigger, like just to get out frustration or whatever, like for whatever reason. And it just happened to be a loaded gun. Now we don't know if we don't know. This is just our theory. And there's no way of telling if he did it on purpose or if he did it like on, you know, if it was an accident, if there was any intention behind it. We don't know any of these things. But the more and more he comes out with this angle of I'm a victim, I'm innocent, well, more like I'm the victim in all of this and I didn't even shoot the gun. I think that this is ridiculous. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if you didn't shoot. I know this. You need to pull a trigger for a gun to go off. And to me, this is just like the media and how the media was like trying to say, you know, last week, what that tragedy that happened in Waukesha. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but in Wisconsin, where that guy drove an SUV through a crowd and the media has come out and was like, a car drove through a crowd. And it's like, no, dude, someone was driving that SUV. It's not the car that just like randomly drives. It's someone driving the car. So here we have Alec Baldwin being like, it wasn't me. I didn't shoot the gun. Well, somebody had to shoot the gun, bro. Somebody had to pull that trigger for this person to be dead. And you're sitting here going, I didn't even shoot. So who shot it then? It just went off. It just was like a magical gun that just kind of went off by itself. Are we really to believe this? I don't know. Russell Hall, thank you so much for the 5, says, if the gun really fired without him pulling the trigger, that puts a whole new spin on things. I feel terrible for thinking he's a murdering sociopath. See, I don't know if he's a murdering sociopath, but I know he's a narcissist. And I think that these are crocodile tears. I don't know how well, I don't know him. And I don't think I don't know if he's a sociopath. I mean, that will all come out in good time, but that would depend on if there was intent and thought behind him shooting that person. If there was, then he's a sociopath and he should be arrested and in jail. I can tell you this, if this wasn't a Hollywood elitist, they'd be in jail right now. They wouldn't be doing no freaking interview with ABC. This guy is a Hollywood elitist. He's been part of the club for years. They are protecting him, and this is them protecting him. Because if it was anybody else, this person would be in jail right now. Especially if it's someone with the wrong type of politics, and by that I mean if they're right leaning. Like imagine if this was I don't know who's a Republican actor these days. Let's say Vince Vaughn. If this was Vince Vaughn that did it. You know, because he's a Republican. He's a very well-known, very, very vocal Republican. If he had done this, do you guys think that he would be sitting here on ABC News talking about this shit? I don't think so. I think he'd be pretty canceled pretty darn fast. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Deranged Lunatic, aka DL, thank you for the $1.99, says this is the best acting Alec Baldwin has done in years. I know, right? That's why I'm like, and the Oscar goes to this dude for this freaking interview because he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. 200 Watt Studios, thank you so much for the 5, says Baldwin is a narcissist control freak. Look at how he responds to the question he doesn't like. He probably had final cut of this interview too. I think that. I think that. I believe you. I think that I think the same thing. Teresa says, was he yelling at his wife in this interview? I don't know if it was in this interview, but he did another interview with her. It was like they were like on a hike or something though, and they just stopped and they were talking, and she was telling him like, don't talk to them and blah blah blah. I don't know about this, like about his wife in this interview. I don't think his wife was involved. At least not in this clip anyway. I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow when they actually release the interview. No freaking accountability. Exactly. No freaking accountability. There's a Persian saying, and it's like a proverb that goes, and I'm gonna say it in Persian first, so you guys don't hear me speaking Persian. Man nabudam, dastam bud, dastam nabud, astinam bud. That means it wasn't me that did it. It was my arm, and it was, never mind, it wasn't my arm. It was my sleeve that did it. So like, it's like this a person that wants to just point the blame at anything except themselves. So they're like it wasn't me that did it. It was my arm. It wasn't my arm. It was my sleeve. That's this guy being like, I didn't shoot. I didn't pull the trigger. The gun went off by itself, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know. I'm innocent. That's all I know. Leonard S, thank you so much for the $5. Says it's a walk-in shot. What? It's walk-in shot? It's walk-in shot? I don't get it. It's going way over my head, Leonard. It's going way over my head. Russell Hall, thank you so much for the $2. Says Alec Baldwin did nothing wrong. Hashtag Alec Baldwin did nothing wrong, according to Alec Baldwin. You ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. What's going on, Kek? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. So let's continue with this this performance.
Someone put a live bullet in a gun.
Someone put a live bullet in the gun. Oh my God.
How did a real bullet get on that set?
I have no idea. Someone put a live bullet in a gun. A bullet that wasn't even supposed to be on the property.
Yeah. How do you respond to actors like George Clooney who say that every time they were handed a gun, they checked it themselves?
Bro, you were responsible for this shit. You are the producer on the set. You are responsible for hiring the people who are supposed to check those guns. You are responsible for hiring the people who are supposed to have whatever bullets on there. You are responsible. Take responsibility for your damn actions. You are the one that's shot off the gun, and now you're saying you didn't shot off the gun. Everybody saw you shot off the gun. So now you're saying what? You didn't pull the trigger? You didn't pull the trigger? Is that really your legal argument here? I mean, this is crazy to me, by the way. It's crazy to me that there's a freaking investigation going on. A person died. He's being sued. And what? He doesn't have a lawyer to tell him, Alec, keep your goddamn mouth shut. Like, don't incriminate yourself. You don't know what comes out through these interviews. You can't know. So he could incriminate himself. It's not like it's a stand and he's not pleading the fifth. This is insane. This is the most insane shit that I've ever seen. This guy's name is Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore is telling you to take people like Alec will never take responsibility. I feel you, Happy. I feel you. That's crazy. I like that. I like that name. I like that name. Hey, Michael Quaid. Good to see you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Devil-eyed Elvis, thank you for the $10. Says, I work in this space. He's lying. Give him hell, girl. I know he is lying. He is lying. I'm telling you, he's lying. He is just he's just making shit up. It's like, and I know he's being sued. He's incriminating himself. I can't believe no one's telling him to shut up. I just can't. Okay, let's hear what else he has to say. This whole
I have
show
no
is
idea.
fucking bullshit.
Someone put a live bullet in a gun.
Yeah,
A bullet that
someone.
wasn't even supposed to be on the property.
Someone you hired.
How do you respond to actors like George Clooney who say that every time they were handed a gun, they checked it themselves? Your emotions are so clearly so right there on the surface. You felt shock. You felt anger. You felt sadness. Do you feel guilt? You said you're not a victim, but is this the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
Yes.
Oh my God. This line in this whole thing, I lost it. I lost it when he was like, oh, like, are you like, you don't, are you, is this the worst? I know you don't want to be a victim, but is this the worst thing that's happened to you? Yes.
You said you're not a victim, but is this the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
Yes.
Dude, you are so the victim. This entire interview is about painting you as the victim of this. You know who the real victim was? The person you shot dead. Okay. I don't know what the hell, what kind of person goes thinking that they can just do this and this is completely fine. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous shit. I can't deal with how much of a sociopath this guy's turned out to be. Well, you're right. You know what? I don't know if it was Russell Hall or 200 Watt Studios. This is definitely sociopathic behavior. I can tell you that much right now.
Yeah. Because I think back and I think of what could I have done. Alec Baldwin.
What you could have done is A, know about basic gun safety. Even someone who hates guns, me, and barely knows anything about guns, knows to check the chamber, don't point it and shoot it at someone, don't pull the trigger, things like that. He's saying he didn't pull the trigger. I call bullshit on that. That gun didn't go off by itself, just like that SUV didn't drive itself into a crowd of people. This gun didn't go off by itself. This is bullshit. Who's going to be watching this interview? I mean, I'm definitely going to be watching the aftermath. I don't know. I don't watch anything live on freaking ABC News, but I'll definitely watch the aftermath and the reactions to it. I'm sure. I just can't believe there's lawsuits and this guy's actually doing this interview. This is freaking insane. Russell Hall, thank you so much for the 5, says, no, I think what must have happened is that a wizard cast a spell and created a magic bullet inside the gun and then made it streak forth on its own. Is that kind of like what happened with JFK? Like the magic bullet, the one that bent the other way to yeah, you guys want to talk about like the magic bullet? Has that wizard come back? Like, is this what's going on now? After JFK, they're going after this poor director and this poor screen. What was it? What was her title? I forget. Her screen, the cinematographer or whatever. Like, is that what's going on here? The magic bullet is back. I don't even know what to say. That I agree with you though, Russell. 200 Watt Studio, thank you so much for the $5. Says, hasn't been a month and Baldwin is back on TV. What an insult to his victims. Let them grieve without seeing your mug on the screen for F6. I know. Thank you, 200 Watt Studios. That's another thing that we were discussing with Jane when this whole thing went down, was like, thinking and we were theorizing that this is it for his career, basically. And that if you were a normal person, that this would be it for you. You wouldn't want to do anything on TV or be near cameras or that thing. If you were a normal person, your reaction would be devastated and you wouldn't want to be near news or even try and justify yourself or whatever, because you would feel like whatever you say is going to be taken a different way anyway. So you might as well keep your mouth shut until the entire investigation is done, until there is no more court things you have to deal with, until there is there's a definitive end to this chapter. Yet here this guy is, he's like, I'm gonna do a primetime interview with freaking ABC News and bawl my eyes out. Alec Baldwin is gonna freaking cry his eyes out on TV and expect us to feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for you, man. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Thank you, 200 Watt Studios. I feel you, man. That is, yes. Russell Hall for 2 says, I feel so bad for him. I want to give him a hug. Oh, I don't. I don't. I think you're totally being sarcastic, by the way. Russell Hall's like, I feel so bad for him. I want to give him a hug. Aw, that's so sweet of you, Russell. He doesn't deserve your hug. He doesn't deserve your hug. Russell for another 2 says it's exactly what happened with JFK. I see. Exactly. It's the magic bullet. It's returned. It's returned. Leonard S., thank you so much for the 5, says Baldwin may claim the gun had a hair trigger. He can probably get an expert to testify that this could happen. Well, you can get an expert to testify anything, really. That's what I've come to discover about experts, about the whole experts situation in, especially in the field of COVID. You can get any expert to say whatever the hell you want as long as you pay them enough. Yeah. That vaccine sure works good. That's one of the experts. Hey, I'm just saying they work good. Don't get mad at me. That's what the experts say. Charlie Stevenson says he took possession of it. He's responsible. I think he's responsible for so many reasons. He is a freaking producer on the set for F's sakes. Like, what else? Like, how he's the producer. He hired all of those people who are supposed to be responsible. He's the last person to touch the gun. He's the person who picked up the gun. He's the one who's supposed to check if it's safe before you point it at someone and pull the trigger, which he is denying. This is the one that gets me, is the fact that he's denying he pulled the trigger. Because it's like, what then? Like, because if the gun had just gone off, like if it was like, I don't know, I feel like if it was one of those situations where the gun, I don't know, somehow exploded in his arm or something like that, that he would be a casualty, like that like his arm would have blown off or something like that. If the gun just like happens to like freaking blow up or something, I don't know, but it's not going to just shoot itself. What kind of gun is this? I don't know. I don't know anything about guns. Does anyone know? I'm sure there's Americans in the chat that know about guns. Is there a self-shooting gun? I don't think so. I don't think there is one. But then again, I don't know anything about guns. So anyways, this is the part that's like funnier than SNL.
Unscripted, the newsmaking
This guy's narration here.
Alec Baldwin Unscripted, the newsmaking special event, tomorrow night at 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Like his the narrator's voice is so like just like the movie, like, you know, it's like this is like a movie. This is someone's life. Someone died.
Alec Baldwin Unscripted, the newsmaking special event, tomorrow night at 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
And stream on Hulu. Fuck off. These people are freaking, they're disgusting. These people are disgusting. I know, right? That the voiceover is the funniest thing I've ever heard. I'm like, somebody died. Somebody died, and these people are like making money off of it. Zero Rewind is here, and thank you. Zero Rewind says money to be made on this tragedy. 100% this is money being made. This is the most annoying thing I've ever seen. Nice Christmas hat, Nina. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, Zakrot. Good to see you, man. Rob's here. Rob Atlas. Good to see you. Sounds like the RBM doing announcer voice. I know, it's like, it reminds me of when Tom does voices, like when he does a narration voice, when he's like, it's Monday night on Toxic Femininity, because he does it like based on these guys that do these narration voices. So it sounds just like that guy. Like it sounds like Tom when he does those things, because he does that. Yeah, unscripted. Okay. Okay. 200 Watt Studios. Thank you so much for the $5. Says, you're right, Nina. If he didn't pull the trigger, he wouldn't be reacting this way. He would say, I pulled the gun up to the camera and it went off. Yeah. It's like, it's just not a natural reaction of someone who just shot someone dead, like not that long ago. This is crazy. Joker Voice, thank you so much for the 5. Says, here's a theory from the chat. Professor X made him point the gun. Magneto controlled the bullet. Case closed. Turtle noise, please. Okay, let me see. That's a open and shut case right there. Turtle approval. That's funny. Thank you. Thank you, Joker Voice. Yeah, so Alec Baldwin is a lying piece of shit. And I'm telling you, man, if this guy was Republican, this would not be happening. This would not be happening. That's crazy. Hey, Curtis, good to see you. Good to see you. You know what? Let's talk about. I have a couple of things on the list to talk about, including Seth Rogen and his shitty woke whatever movie that he's going to come out with, the Santa Inc. movie, and LeBron's tears with COVID. And what else? What else would we want to talk about? Oh yeah, Andrew Cuomo getting suspended. But you know what? Let's real quickly talk about something else, because this I just remembered that I kind of wanted to talk about this. There was another shooting that happened. And this is related. This is related to like guns and shooting and all this stuff. And I kind of wanted to talk about this. And let me get these people's names, because I don't want to and I'm not going to show the video either, because because it's very graphic. But somebody okay, hold on a second. Let me find the article first. I forget the guy's name. Was a domestic disturbance shooting in Texas. And it was pretty crazy. It was pretty wild. Okay, here we go. And I wonder if they have the video here. They don't. Okay. All right. I might have to get the video for you guys. I wonder if you guys even know about this case, because then I won't show the video if you know it. Okay, here we go. So Texas man seen shooting his partner's ex amid custody dispute claims self-defense, attorney says. Okay, so this was big news last week. Hey, Nick, good to see you, Nick McCabe. Latino Slant is here. Hey, Latino Slant. Hey, Polly, how you doing? Good to see you, Polly. Okay, so this guy, Texas man. Okay, so this dude right here, this guy in the black, his name is Kyle something. Kyle Kureth. Ended up shooting this guy, Chad Reed. So the deceased name is Chad. The guy who shot him is Kyle. So you know what? Let's just watch the video. Let me get the video so that we can watch it. But I'm just gonna turn off the video the moment he shoots the guy, because I don't want the channel to get in trouble. Let's see. I probably have to go to YouTube for this. I wonder if YouTube is even allowing this to be on here. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Okay. And we're not going to watch the whole thing. We're just going to watch some of the video just so we can get an idea of what we're talking about. Okay, here we go. All right. Cuz this was a weird one for me. And I ended up I don't think this was self-defense. I personally don't think this is self-defense. I don't know. Let's talk about it though, because I have feelings about this. I feel like this dude murdered this dude and like is claiming self-defense because it was on his property.
Has sparked questions and speculation from all over West Texas. But Wednesday, Chad Reed's widow Jennifer Reed and Kyle Carruth's attorney releasing videos of what led up to Chad Reed's death on November 5th.
You keep trying to keep my son from me. I'm fixing to drag you and Anne-Marie and everybody else into court.
So this is the part. Okay, so right before this, the dude went inside. Kyle went inside to grab the gun. Right before this, they had that exchange here, and right before that, they were having an exchange here. Kyle goes off to get his gun, and he starts spouting off about how he's going to sue everybody because he's there. He's there to pick up his son. His son's not there. Well, we don't actually know if this was the agreed upon place to pick up the son or not, but either way, he's here wanting to see if this was his son's place, or if the son was there or not, or whatever. But I don't think he thought that the son was there because he didn't even try to go in the house or anything like that. So then we see him getting just basically going off about how there's clearly a court case. There's clearly a custody battle going on. And I'm very familiar with this kind of stuff because I've known someone in my life personally that has dealt with custody battle. And there's rules, and there's clear cut rules that you have to follow when it comes to custody and timing of seeing the kid and all this kind of stuff. So this hit close to home for me. So this guy's mad, and he's talking about he's going to sue people.
I'm subpoenaing your mom. I'm subpoenaing Anne-Marie on video.
And then this guy comes out with a gun, and he goes, "Leave." Or leave right now. He starts screaming to leave right now because I got my gun or whatever. And this guy gets mad because he sees the gun. He gets triggered, quote unquote, triggered. And he goes off and he's like, I'm going to take your gun and shoot you with it. Because, he's mad. He's angry. Tempers are high. These people clearly know each other. This is not one of those instances where somebody doesn't know anybody. These people clearly are very close-knit. They have a custody situation. This dude right here is the stepdad. This is the dad. This is the mom. And they have a very complicated relationship here. This is a complicated case. So this isn't like one of those people that you don't know that's on your property. This is your stepson's father, okay? And so this guy comes out and he's like, I got a gun. I'm going to shoot you. This guy's like, I'm going to take your gun and shoot you with it. And they get into a scuffle.
Leave! Do it right now!
So then this dude decides to shoot a warning shot, actually. So this guy comes up here and he's like, I'm going to take that gun away from you and shoot you with it. And this guy's like,
Call the police. Call 911.
he's like, where's my son? He shoots the ground. He shoots the ground. And then
Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911.
and he tries to take the gun. And this is where I'm going to stop sharing here, because this guy literally he gets thrown off, and then he shoots the guy. He shoots him dead. 2 shots and he's done. He's out. Okay. So here's the thing. I listened to Nick Rekieta's stream about this, and I don't agree with Nick. And I understand the laws, but I don't agree with Nick. I don't think that the law is necessarily correct in this instance. This is one of those things where this could have been easily avoided if people, I don't know, use their words. This is one of those things where I will never understand Americans, okay? Because as much as I understand gun rights and I understand, having the right to protect yourself and your property, especially from strangers who are wanting to, like, I don't know, home invade you and all this kind of shit. You know, people wanting to rape you, whatever, like steal your stuff, robberies. I understand having to want to protect yourself. But when it comes to a family dispute, okay, when it comes to having a family dispute, I don't think that this situation warranted a weapon or a gun. The person in question wasn't physically threatening that lady. He wasn't physically harming her. He didn't have a gun of his own. He didn't have a bat. He didn't have a skateboard. He didn't have chains. He didn't have anything. He wasn't physically assaulting anybody. Okay, so for this for this guy to go inside his house, grab his gun, come outside, that intermittent, like that time, the time that guy went inside the house to grab the gun, he could have called the cops. And that's what you do when there's situations like that. I still believe that we live in a society where you should be calling the cops. This is very different than the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, where you have a young kid who has a gun and he's in a basic literal war zone, and the cops and the fire department and whatever, they're not doing anything. They've basically been given stand down orders, and that's why people had to like get other people to go and defend their businesses and stuff. But this is in the middle of the day in Texas. There should be police involved. You call the police when there's things like this happen. The police come, they're like, "Oh, this is a domestic disturbance. You got to go over here. You got to go over here. What's your court order thing for your custody battle? Where's your court order? Let me see your court order thing. This is blah blah blah. This is blah blah blah." That's it. Both of the guys in this situation were idiots, okay? When the guy brings out the gun, the other guy should just walked away, and be like, "Yeah, I'm going to take you to court. Bye." Like, that's fine. Bye. And then in the other case, why even grab a gun? Either call the police or just go inside. The guy's like spouting off how he's going to sue you. Okay, sue me, bro. See you in court. I don't know. Like, you don't go grab a gun and shoot someone dead. Like, I don't understand. I really don't get it. I don't think I will ever understand. I don't understand Americans when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't think this was self-defense. I don't think this was self-defense at all. 200 Watt Studio says total self-defense. I don't think this was self-defense. Where was the self-defense? The guy triggered the other guy. The guy with the gun triggered the violence. Like, do you understand? Like, there was no other physical altercation before the gun came out. The gun is the de facto thing that set the other guy off. Like, you can't tell someone to get off your property and not even give them a minute to get off your property. Like, it's like, it's the most ridiculous situation to me. I don't know. I don't think this was self-defense. I don't agree with you, 200 Watt Studios. I'm just trying to see the other comments here. We have Teresa says it was not self-defense. Yeah, Golgo says Ricada did 3 streams. I think he said it was self-defense. He says that, yes, but I don't agree. I disagree that it was self-defense. I don't think just anything should be self-defense. I shouldn't be able to shoot someone dead in front of my house and call it self-defense, especially if it's the father, like if it's the father of my stepson. Like, this is clearly not a self-defense situation. He was not physically violent. He wasn't trying to beat up the woman. He wasn't, he was just spouting off about how he's going to sue people. And they weren't letting them, they weren't letting them get his kid. And he was mad. Of course he's going to be mad. It's his kid. This was not one of those situations where it's like, oh, like, he's being like, had he attacked the woman, I would agree that it was a self-defense scenario. Had he been like, okay, I'm going to start beating the shit out of you if you don't give me your kid, or if you don't give me my kid, I'm going to like, start, what's it called? Start beating you up. That's different. Joker Voice says, wait, this guy's name's Kyle too? How long till somebody says it's Rittenhouse who's involved in this too? Yeah, I was confused at first too, but yeah, his name is Kyle Rutter. So unfortunately, yes, it is. His name is Kyle. Naked Fame says, Miss Martin muses he does not have the right to go onto private property he was told to leave, nor does he have the right to attack the man. The thing is, Naked Fame, we're talking about, this is a familial dispute, okay? So it's not like this guy was a stranger that goes on private property. He's going on the property of his his son's stepdad, okay? And we don't even know if it's like the stepdad's, I think it's the stepdad's property, but we don't actually know. It might be even the mom's. I'm not even sure. But the point is that this was a familial dispute. It's not like this is a stranger. He knew these people. So for him to go on that it's not really a private property when it's like, the person, you're an acquaintance of this person. It's not like it's like, it's just someone off the street. These people knew each other very well. Like, it's not one of those things to me. This is not some guy off the street just being like, hey man, I'm going to just walk on your property now and, fuck you up. Like, I don't know. Ben says Rekieta is talking based on law. Sometimes the law is written against the narrative, and that's the thing, right? And I think I understand what he says. Like the Rekieta is talking based on law, but I don't necessarily think the law is correct. Like I think that the law is fucked up. I think Texas law is fucked up. I think that this man murdered the other man. I don't think this was one of those situations where this gun violence was warranted. I think that it could have been solved without the gun. And I think like you got to think about the situation, okay? You have a dude who murdered his son's father, okay? And they have like a court case and everything. What are you going to tell that kid? That kid's going to be so effed up for the rest of his life. My dad, my dad shot my stepdad shot my dad over the custody, over my custody. And, it was in self-defense because my dad had come and tried to grab me on his property. What the hell are we are they going to tell this kid? The amount of people affected by this, did they even care? What was the most craziest thing to me too is after everything said and done was the reaction of when that guy died. He just literally fell on the floor. That Chris guy fell on the floor, dead. Two shots, dead. The Kyle guy didn't go up to him to see if he was bleeding or whatever. He knew he would kill him. The woman, nobody screamed. Both the women just stood there. Nobody went to the guy's aid to see if he's still alive. Maybe he's breathing. Maybe they could call an ambulance. Maybe I don't know anything. Could anything have been done? Nothing. Nobody even tried. The reaction of all these people to be so incredibly checked out of how they just saw a man die in front of them was unreal. I just couldn't understand how that went so crazy. Wow, the chat's been flying. I'm far behind. I don't know. Hold on a second because I've been kind of ranting. 200 Watt Studio says the father shouldn't have attacked the dude and threatened to kill him, and then he grabbed the gun. I don't think either of them should have done anything like that. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, your dad's a monster. I had to protect myself is the story. I mean, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. That kid's dad is dead. That kid's dad is dead because these dudes couldn't, put their egos aside for 5 seconds and talk and have discord, Like, you're mad at each other, sure. You're gonna yell at each other, sure. Let me grab my gun. Like, this is the thing that I don't understand. This guy's like literally yelling about taking people to court. He's like, I'm gonna take you to court. I'm gonna take so and so to court. Like, to the mom. I guess he's talking like like the mom's mom, which apparently the kid was supposed to be at the mom's house or whatever. All these people. He's like listing off all these people he's gonna sue, and the response to that from that guy is like, let me go grab my gun. Like, that's the response. I don't really get this. I don't really get that. I don't know. It's just weird to me. I think it's just weird. It's just a weird situation. I don't agree that it was self-defense. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like it wasn't. It was just a really weird situation. It was a very tragic situation, and I just don't think that it was self-defense. They were both boneheads. I agree with that. I agree with that. Rudy says what Nina says, not his property, but not an issue requiring you to shoot and kill a person. It's just it's excessive, isn't it? I just feel like it's a little excessive. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not like it's not about that. I'm saying the situation is a lot more complicated. It's not like this guy was somebody straight. Like, it's not a stranger. You could have talked to this person. It's not some mad, crazy maniac. You know, this is somebody. This is your stepson's father, and he decided to kill him instead of talking to him, instead of having discord. That is. Like, you could roll your eyes all you want at that, but like that's the thing that most people don't understand about Americans, Naked Fame, especially people who are like, who are anti-gun or like raised knowing that, like, they don't like guns, is exactly because of these reasons, because they think that people just kill people for absolutely no reason, because there was no reason to kill that guy. Him coming on his property is like big fucking deal, man. Big fucking deal. You're a grown man. Like, use your words. Use your words. It's crazy to me. Like, let me grab my gun and kill you. That's nonsense. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says, Nina, if you're saying the real victim is the kid, I agree with you. Yes, the real victim is the kid. Absolutely. The two guys were trash. I agree. It's terrible all around. Yeah. I definitely think the kid is the victim. He lost his father. I don't know if he'll ever have a relationship with the stepfather. His stepfather killed his dad. That's crazy. And none of those people even cared. His mom didn't even go to the dad to be like, are you still alive? Like, let me call a hospital, maybe an ambulance. Some lady in the freaking car is recording. She's still talking to them, arguing. And he's like, you made me do it. He made me do it. He shouldn't have come after my gun. He made me do it. And I'm like, did anybody call the ambulance? There's a guy dead on the ground. Like, the amount of disconnectedness from this whole situation was really weird. It was really weird. It was a weird situation. Joker voice says testosterone mixed with core light is never a good combination. You say that again. Miss Martin Music says, I'm sick of men being treated like shit and custody issues. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of men that are being mistreated because of that. But I've also had dealings where the father was a deadbeat drunk, and was a total like train wreck, and I had to go to court. We had to go to court with for him and everything like that. So I've dealt with both sides of the scenario. Okay, so I know that I know some dads that are not great. It's a very, very complicated situation, and it's even more complicated depending on what state it's in. Like California child custody laws, forget about it. It's freaking insane over there. Spike and Menace is telling me I don't know all the details, and that's true. I don't know all the details, but I'm basing it based on the details of the video, and the details of the video showed me that guy wasn't like he wasn't attacking anybody at first. He was using his words and saying he's going to take people to court, and then that guy brought out a gun and threatened to shoot him, and he freaked out. He freaked out because somebody brought up, like, because that guy that he knew. The guy that he knew, the guy that he's had interactions with, the guy that he is raising his son. Okay. That you know that people who are raising your son, you're going to have this kind of like, what's the word here? Animosity towards. The guy that's raising his son brings out a gun and he had a reaction. He had a bad reaction to it. He had a bad reaction to it. It's not good. It's not good. 200 Watt Studios for $2 says, can I get a couple of turtle noises to cheer me up? Yes, you can. There. I'm sorry. I wanted to talk about this because I just don't know how this society of ours is going to survive if this is how we're going to move forward with everything. Like, you know, let me just shoot whoever I want. Let me never use my voice. Let me never talk to anybody. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think this is going to be a really weird case. Now, Nick Ricada says the guy, A, he's not going to get charged, and B, if he does get charged, he's going to get off like scot-free. Like nothing is going to happen. And like, I wonder because I'm like, what kind of society are we living in where there's absolutely no consequences to any of this? Like, that's kind of crazy. Because this is not the same thing as the Kyle Rittenhouse case. You didn't have some predators attacking this guy physically. You know, this is not the same situation. This is not the same situation. This is a very complicated situation with people who knew each other. And if anything, it did look like a bit of a setup to me completely. Like it kind of, like, and it's weird because I actually heard Nick talk about it and I didn't even thought about that until he said it. And he said that they may have like set him up. They may have set him up to bring him there so they can do this. And you know what? If that's true, man, I tell you, these people are monsters if that's true. Kyle wasn't pointing a gun at anyone. I'm guessing you're talking about Rittenhouse because the other guy's name is Kyle too. Yeah, Rittenhouse was not pointing a gun at anyone. Yeah, they pushed all his buttons. They knew how to push all his buttons because they knew him. He didn't assault anyone. Unless you're talking about with words, because he was assaulting people with words, like he was saying, I'm going to take you to court. But nobody was being assaulted before that guy brought out a gun. So if Chad had never if Kyle had never brought out a gun, nobody would be dead. Nobody would be dead. So the argument that if Chad had took the gun, Kyle would be dead doesn't make any sense because if Kyle had never brought out the gun, nobody would be dead. The idea was getting a gun warranted? And I don't think it was. Getting a gun was not warranted. He had plenty of time to think about it too. That's the other thing. He had plenty of time to go inside the house to get this gun. He spent a lot of time in the house before he got the gun. He could have called the cops. He didn't. He decided to get a gun. That's a calculating thing. See, that's the other thing too, right? Because they tell you, and this Kyle guy looked like he knew how to use a gun. Like he knew how to use a gun. He was trained. So that's the other thing they tell you, right? We talked about this with the Alec Baldwin thing, right? Don't pick up a gun and point it at someone unless you're willing to shoot them dead, right? That's the thing that they tell you. Don't pick up a gun and point it at someone unless you're willing to kill them. So this guy had plenty of time to go inside, think about getting a gun, pointing it at a guy, and shooting him. Okay, so he thought about it. There was a thought in his head about how I could kill him if I go outside with this gun. There's a very high possibility that I'm going to kill Chad tonight if I take my gun outside with me. That's called premeditation. Okay? Because he knew him. He knew him. There is knowledge there. 01 says he did not point it. Well, he shot the ground. Shot the ground as a warning shoe shot. I'm just reading your responses. The cops do bring guns, but they're also trained to defuse situations like this. So they're supposed to come, they're supposed to ask what the fuck's going on, get, everyone's story, separate everybody. Unless you're talking that Kyle's going to become an active shooter and start, shooting the cops, because Chad didn't have a gun. Only Kyle had a gun, and he went and grabbed it. So if you're talking about an active shooter situation, that's different. Now you're bringing a whole different set of things into it. Because if Kyle had chosen to call the cops instead, people would probably be alive. Because I don't think that the cops would come there and start shooting anybody if there's no guns involved. Because again, Chad didn't have any weapons. He wasn't being physically aggressive with anybody. He was just using his words until a gun came into the picture. Why is this so hard to understand? I don't get it. I don't get it. I know you guys love your guns. I know Americans love your guns, but this is not how it works. It's not how it goes. It's not how the world is supposed to work. Cops put 7 bullets in the guy in a wheelchair. Well, I don't know about that story. We're talking about this story. I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking about this story. Why would they come to his house and then put 7 bullets in him? I don't know what you're talking about. You're mixing up situations. You're mixing up situations. Joker says, cops are agents of the state. They are given a monopoly of on force. Well, it depends if there's guns involved or not. If there's no guns involved, I don't see why they would use deadly force. I don't see why they would use deadly force. There's no reason to use deadly force. I mean, I guess, yeah, it happens. Not like it never happens, but this is a domestic disturbance. They would just come, get everyone's name, get everyone's story. They would find out it's domestic disturbance. They would give everybody their papers and talk about the court thing. Okay, what's your court thing? And trust me, I've been in custody battle situations, even with cops involved. Okay, I'm very familiar. That's why I'm like, this is not how these things work. I agree with this 100%. All of them were dicks. It's true. Wait. 01 says that the guy was 100% justified. If I was in his shoes, I would have done the exact same thing. Kyle was outnumbered and being physically intimidated by a man larger than he is. But he was only intimidated by the man larger than he is because he brought out the gun, Zero, not because he wasn't doing that before that. He was talking about suing people because he hadn't seen his son. These people weren't giving him a son. I don't know what the deal was with the son and why they weren't giving him a son. I have no idea. I don't know the details. That hasn't come out yet. But he had the right to see his son. For all I know, that's his right. His right is to see his son, for all I know. And it was in the court papers that was his son at the time, and they were keeping his son away from him for whatever reason. I don't know why. But he does have a right to see his son. It's his son. Especially if the court says he has the right to see his son. Clearly he did, because he was talking about how he has visitation rights. I don't know. Madness. This is Texas. I'll never get it. I'll never understand it. Hang on a sec. Hi. Sorry, guys. I just think if it was any, like, it could have been any weapon, by the way. It didn't have to even be a gun. Like, Kyle could have brought out, you know, I don't know, a bat, a fucking whatever, a knife. Like, you know, I just think bringing out a weapon was not a good, it wasn't a good choice. It wasn't a good choice. A person's dead. His stepson's father is dead. And you know, nothing's ever gonna change that. I just think that could have been handled better. But then again, I don't know. 200 Watt Studios, thank you so much for the $2. Says, love you, Nina. Child custody is always sad. It's true. It's true. I've dealt with some major child custody situations, and it's not fun. It's not fun. And usually the children are the ones that suffer. And in this case, this poor kid is left like parentless, well, dadless now. And you know, his stepdad killed his dad. That's one crazy situation. Kid's gonna have issues. Exactly. Kid's gonna have issues. Coulda, woulda, shouldas. That's right. Coulda, woulda, shouldas. But anyways, we're gonna move on now. You just go in your house and shut the door. Let them scream it out. Just go in your house and shut the door. But it's not really that hard. I've dealt with it before. Especially ones that don't have weapons. You know, you call the cops and they come deal with it. That's what being part of society is. But yeah, just go inside. But new topic. Chris Cuomo, that clown. We can all agree on this. Bye, Felicia. CNN's Chris Cuomo suspended over help to governor brother. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye. Chris Cuomo's gone. He's suspended. I don't even know. Like, what is there to even say about this? I mean, when I saw this thing, I laughed so hard. Hold on. Let me drink my water. $200 Watt Studios for $2 says, should have brought out 2 machine Bowie knives. That would have helped. I laughed out loud too. I laughed out loud at this. This is hilarious. See ya, Fredo. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Miss Martin Musa says, I was so not surprised. I was a little bit. It's Fredo. Because I was a little bit surprised because you don't usually see consequences happen. And somehow we're seeing some consequences happen. And I feel like this is a little bit weird because I don't know. I wonder why they like, you know, that they threw him to the wolves. And I'm talking about the other brother, the pervert, this guy. I wonder why they threw him to the wolves. And then now they're like, you know what? Screw your brother too. Fuck this guy. So CNN star Chris Cuomo, by the way, for those of you who don't know, This is the CNN guy. This is the governor. CNN star Chris Cuomo has been suspended indefinitely over help he gave his ex-New York governor brother while he was battling sex abuse allegations. The decision came after the New York Attorney General released new documents that showed the extent of his work for his older sibling, Andrew Cuomo. CNN said that documents show a greater level of involvement in his brother's efforts than we previously knew. Ooh, CNN said that. Andrew Cuomo resigned in August after. Wait. Andrew Cuomo resigned in August after prosecutors said he harassed staff. Chris Cuomo, behind the scenes efforts to help his politician brother, were widely considered a breach of journalistic ethics in the media industry. Really? Really, this? I mean, it's not like you guys have such great standards as it is. I mean, is this where you draw the line? All right. I guess this is where we draw the line, as helping our bros cover up stories about groping people. Chris Cuomo, behind the scenes efforts to help his politician brother were widely considered a breach of journalistic ethics in the media industry. The thousands of pages released by the Attorney General Letitia James on Monday show that the younger Cuomo continuously pressed the governor's staff to let him play a larger role in his brother's defense. "You need to trust me," he texted Melissa DeRosa, the governor's secretary, in March. "We are making mistakes we can't afford," he said. He added. Last year, CNN briefly suspended its rule barring Cuomo from covering his brother as New York became the global epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic. I remember that. That was weird. The host began interviewing his brother on air and praising his leadership as governor. I remember that as well. The network has, and I also remember Andrew Cuomo winning an Emmy for his handling of the coronavirus back before we didn't know that he was sending homeless people to die of the coronavirus. 200 Watt Studios, thank you so much for the $2. Says Andrew Cuomo, but I'm a smart. Lols. I know, right? God. This was a mess. Okay, hold on. But CNN said in a statement Tuesday that the documents. Oh wait, the network had previously defended Cuomo, who joined the channel in 2013 amid the controversy surrounding his efforts to help his powerful brother. But CNN said in a statement on Tuesday the documents, which were not privy to before their public release, raised serious questions. When Chris admitted to us that he had offered advice to his brother's staff, he broke our rules, and we acknowledged that publicly. But we also appreciate the unique position he was in and understood his need to put his family first and his job second. Ooh, this is one of those comments that means that he's not going to be gone for long, that he's going to be back. Because that means I'm smart. I think this means he's going to be back very soon. However, these documents point to a greater level of involvement in his brother's efforts than we previously knew. Scores of emails and text messages shows the involvement of the TV anchor had with the governor's staff. "Please let me help with the prep," he texted his senior aide. He also pledged to contact other U.S. media outlets in order to try and learn of the other allegations that were forthcoming. At one point, Ms. DeRosa asked him to help by checking his sources on it. The primetime host responded. A state investigation in March concluded that Andrew Cuomo, whose father was also a Democratic New York governor, sexually harassed and groped 11 women working for him. Once lavished with praise by U.S. media for his daily COVID briefings in 2020, Mr. Cuomo found himself facing pressure to resign from his members of his own party, including that of President Joe Biden. That's why I say resign in quotes, because that's basically like you're fired. Like, when people are telling you to resign, that means get out. The younger Cuomo apologized in May, this blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, Fredo. What do you guys think? What do you think of this? Do you think he's going to be back? I think he's going to be back. I think he's going to be back. Curtis D of Montana, thank you so much for the 5. Says, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out, Chris. No Kyle needs to sue him next for defamation of character. Hell yeah. Kyle Rittenhouse should sue everybody. He should sue everybody. He's got to be like Santa and have like a suing list. Like, I'm going to sue you and you and you and you and you. Yeah, now I got you, Curtis. I got you. But yeah, thank you so much for the $5, Curtis. Naked Fame says, I'm curious if there's a stat on how many women don't come forward. It could be a lot worse than this. I think it is. I think there's a lot of women that either haven't come forward or have come forward and it's still been buried. Bobo Yogi says, back in 6 months after a Zoom incident. Yeah. Tubin. Yep. That's funny though. I did laugh. This was a little surprising for me because I don't ever see these people get any sort of what's the word here? Like consequences or whatever. But at the same time, it's like it must have been so bad that even CNN was like, man, we can't not do anything about this. Like we can't, like we gotta at least suspend them. Like at least. Zero Rewind says, Nina, what was that laugh? And you replicate it. What? Did I laugh funny? I don't know. I don't know. Wait, what? 13 out of 52? What's 13 out of 52? CNN viewers dropped 78% this year, even more than this. It was in the news that they were getting rid of newscasters, probably for more honest ones. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's going to be for more honest ones. He'll be back somewhere. He will be back. Will he be back at CNN? I think he'll be back at CNN for sure. I think he will. Yeah, CNN knows that they're just a hack program. This is to give them transparency and legitimacy. Yeah, that's definitely true. I think they're playing that card. They're like, look at us. We're so like all about transparency. And the moment we found out that he was doing anything fishy, we suspended him. It's like, yeah, right. Does he? No. Are you serious? Chris Coma still has a Sirius XM radio show, says 200 Watts Studios. Sirius XM is still around? Idiot Rambler says ESPN will hire him. They're pretty woke. That's true. I don't know if he knows anything about sports, though. Wait, you don't need to know anything about sports on ESPN anymore. Hey-oh! Bobo Yogi says CNN's also being bought out by Discovery. Preemptive restructuring? Wait, Discovery? Like the Discovery Channel? Isn't Discovery Channel owned by Disney? I don't know. I'm confused. Or you mean like Discovery, like the production company? I don't know. I didn't know about this. I didn't know that they were being bought out. Okay. Let me close out some of these tabs. All right, Cuomo. Bye-bye, Cuomo. I'm closing your tab. Bye-bye. I didn't know that I didn't even know freaking Sirius XM was still around. 200 Watt Studios for 5. Thank you so much. Says he was on air today talking about his firing and defending his brother. He was? Oh, man. I gotta go watch that. Let me see. Can we find it? Can we listen to it? Is there clips? What do I even put? Chris Cuomo Serious XM interview. Chris Cuomo responds to media reports. No, that's from April 2020. No. Oh, there it is. Chris Cuomo addresses CNN suspension. It's embarrassing, but I understand it. Ooh, let's see. Let's listen to him squirm. This gives me great pleasure. Okay, here we go. Thank you, 200 Watt Studios, for letting me know about this. All right, let's see. It says here, what is this? Deadline. You need to clean up your act. Chris Cuomo addresses CNN suspension. It's embarrassing, but I understand it. Can we listen to that?
Let's get after it. Hey, everybody, it's Chris Cuomo. Let's get after it. Quick note about the obvious. I've been suspended from CNN. Do me a favor, cut the music. Thank you. You know this already. It hurts.
I did. Oh my God. Oh, that was good. I've been suspended. Do me a favor, maybe shut off the music so I can pretend to be sad about being suspended. Oh God, he's got the same producer as Alec Baldwin.
Hey, everybody, it's Chris Cuomo. Let's get after it. Quick note about the obvious. I've been suspended from CNN. Do me a favor, cut the music. Thank you. You know this already. It hurts to even say it. It's embarrassing.
It gives me pleasure.
But I understand it. And I understand why some people feel the way they do about what I did. I've apologized in the past. I mean it. It's the last thing I ever wanted to do was compromise any of my colleagues and do anything but help. I know they have a process that they think is important. I respect that process. So I'm not going to talk about this any more than that. So for right now, let's just get after it. And there's plenty to do on that score.
Let's just get after it, guys. Let's get after it. You know what we should get after? Those women that your bro freaking groped. Damn, dude. Clay says, has Nina been drinking? No, but I did buy this can of beer just to show you guys. It's a real Duff beer. Isn't that cool? But see, it's closed. I didn't drink it because I don't drink beer. But I did buy it just to show you. Yeah, bullshit. You know it. Oh, that's funny. Ben DeGoro says, is Daily Wire gonna recruit Lil Cuomo? He's canceled by CNN. Just saying. Oh, that's funny. You think. Okay, so before I go to the next topic, which will be Seth Rogen, let me quickly just remind you to please, if you have not done so, put your email in our beautiful, sign up for our beautiful Pinup Spectacular with featuring me, Mandy Summers, and Lorena Creole. Sign up for the Pinup poster extravaganza that we're doing here. Art drawn by Peter Gilmore and soon other artists. It's going to be amazing art. Yeah, so if you guys want to support me and the ladies of Toxic Femme, definitely sign up for the email. The link is in the pinned tweet, but I will also add it right now to the chat. So please sign up. It's free to sign up, and then you will get information for when it's going to be released and cool giveaways with the product and everything like that, like trading cards and maybe stickers and other really cool things. So definitely sign up. It'll be really cool. Really cool. Thank you. And also share it out. Share it out to other people if you think that they'll like some, 40s, 50s style pinup girl posters. Definitely share it out to people that you think would enjoy that. I think it'll be really cool. Okay, so next story. Okay, where do we even start with this guy? Seth Rogen, my God. Okay, let's start with here. Let's start with a few days ago. We'll roll it back a few days ago. Where Seth Rogen opened his mouth on Twitter saying, shout out to Banning into Comics for covering this story. After YouTuber Casey Neistat falls victim to car break-in, Seth Rogen dismisses concerns over LA crime. I've never really felt violated any of the 15 or so times my car was broken into. He said, let me try and do this in my Seth Rogen voice if I have one. Oh no, it didn't work out. I've never really been felt violated any of the 15 or so times I got my car broken into. No, that didn't work out. No, that's not Seth Rogen. That was like Barney. That did not work out at all. But at least I tried. Joker Voices Young Ripa tore this story apart. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that and catch it. Hey Steve, good to see you. Okay. So according to actor Seth Rogen, YouTuber Casey Neistat's recent criticism of frustration with the crime rate in Los Angeles made after his car was subject to a criminal break-in are completely unfounded, based on the grounds that the Invincible voice actor never personally felt violated any of the 15 or so times the car was broken into. Neistat's initial criticism were made on the afternoon of November 24th when the YouTuber took to his personal Twitter account to reveal that he and his wife's cars got robbed this morning. I did see the thread and it was very interesting. So this is Casey's original tweet. So our cars got robbed this morning because Los Angeles is a crime-riddled third world shithole of a city, but tremendous appreciation and gratitude to the hardworking officers in the LAPD West LA, who not only arrested the motherfucker, but they got all of our stolen goods back. That's pretty good. That like they found their stuff. Taking it upon himself to defend LA's reputation, Rogen soon pushed back against Neistat's justifiably angry assertion, saying that the city's been 49% increase in homicides alone in 2019. Dude, I've lived here for over 20 years. You're nuts. Haha, it's lovely here. That's what Seth says. Dude, I've lived here for over 20 years. You're nuts. Haha, it's lovely here. Don't leave anything valuable in it. It's called living in a big city. Seth, this is called blaming the victim. When you have a girl that gets raped, and then the judge or whoever says like, well, she shouldn't have worn a slutty skirt. That's called blaming the victim. Don't leave valuable in your car. It is called blaming the victim. Casey Neistat, even though he's rich and whatever, was the victim here. Okay. Yeah, he may have a really nice car and he may have nice stuff in his car, but that's like whatever. Like, who cares? That's not the point. The point is that his car got broken into and he's a victim. It's not his fault that his car got broken into. I mean, I know that. I also know that about living in big cities. You don't live nice stuff in your car, but living in big city, like that doesn't necessarily mean anything either. I've lived in big cities where I've had the shittiest car ever and it got broken into. That's just big cities. But it's just that's just the way it is, right? And then Casey came back with, I can still be mad though, right? I feel so violated. And Seth came back with, you can be mad, but I guess I don't personally view my car as an extension of myself. And I've never really felt violated any of the 15 or so times my car was broken into. Once a guy accidentally left a cool knife in my car. So if it keeps happening, you might get a little treat. Is this guy insane? Like, this is so crazy that he's dealt with this trauma so many times that it's become normal for him. Like, so he thinks that this is normal behavior. This is not normal behavior. Getting your car broken into like once a year, because how many times did he say that? How many years did he say he's lived there for? 20 years, dude. I've lived here for over 20 years. So 15 times his car has been broken almost once a year. Having your car broken into almost once a year is not a sign of a great city. Like, it's not a great sign of somewhere that has no crime. Mark Holt says Seth Rogen's jealous because Casey has more influence. That's also true. I think he is jealous. I think he's jealous. Azur says he's trying to normalize crime. Exactly. It's like, that's not normal, dude. That's not normal. That's not normal behavior. An unamused Nightstat fired back. I didn't get any treats. He just took the decorations for my daughter's 7th birthday party and left bloody handprints. Serious question. How did you get your car broken into 15 times? I live in West Hollywood for 20 years and parked on the street. Also, it sucks your shit was stolen, but LA is not some shithole city. As far as big cities go, it has a lot going for it. Well, we'll take your word for it then, there, Seth. And especially when we see things like this. I saw this in the news today. Jacqueline Avant, wife of music executive Clarence Avant, found shot to death in Beverly Hills home invasion. Damn. And this was like this morning. The article says Jacqueline Avant, the wife of music executives Clarence Avant, was shot to death Wednesday in an apparent home invasion in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills police say the shooting at the 1100 block of Mayor Place was called in at 2:23 a.m. Wednesday. When officers arrived, they found a woman with gunshot wound, and there was no suspects at the scene. The woman was taken to Sidari Sinsai Medical Center, but did not survive. That's basically what happened. There's no other details, but this last thing was very interesting here, saying Beverly Hills police. Why is this thing not going away? Like, go away. Like, what the hell? No, I don't want you here. Where is it? Okay, so Beverly Hills police say it's too early to determine a motive in this shooting, but in recent weeks there has been an increase in follow home robberies that have prompted the LAPD to issue an alert last month. A number have involved in celebrities, including TV personality Terrence J and Real Housewife Dorit Kemsley. So this is how well things are going in Los Angeles, where you have the police putting out alarms about home invasions on the rise. So that's crazy. And then here you have, Seth Rogen coming out and being like, yeah, like it's totally normal to have your car broken into. And, I wonder if he's defending this too. Like, is it really normal to, break into your house and kill you? Is that normal in LA? Because apparently that's what's going on over there. I mean, rest in peace to that lady. That's horrible. It's a horrible situation, and I feel really bad for her. But it definitely doesn't bode well for LA's, beauty and how people should live there or not. I'm innocent. 07 says Seth Rogen living in LA automatically makes it a shithole. That's also true. That's also true. Santa Megatron says I'm a better Santa than Seth Rogen. Hell yeah, you are. Hell yeah. I love Santa. And speaking of Santa and also Seth Rogen, this is the other topic that we were going to talk about. His weirdo woke Santa movie with Sarah Silverman that's called Freaking Santa Inc. Okay, it's not called Freaking Santa Inc. It's just called Santa Inc. And let me see here. Russman says, Nina, I'm trying to send you dollars, but the link won't work. What link? Are you talking about the super chats? I think the super chats is fine because 200 watts in them have been sending super chats tonight. But let me see. Let me double check here. Yeah, seems like it seems fine to me on my end. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know. Okay. But I don't know. I'm sorry. I hope you can figure it out. Yeah, sorry, Russ, man. I'm not really sure why it won't work. Maybe are you trying to say something that YouTube is censoring? Maybe that's possible. That's happened before. You just I think you just have to press like the super chat button on the bottom, and then it'll pop up, and then you can send it. You got to put your credit card info in. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. So Sarah Silverman voices Elf seeking to disrupt the all-white Christmas patriarchy in the first trailer for HBO's Santa Inc. By the way, let's go back to this article here. Let's have a little bit of a flashback because a couple of months ago, or should I say, yeah, last year, like in August 2020. Seth Rogen had this to say about making movies. And I think it's interesting to kind of go down the timeline of people's, what they say and then their actions, right? So here we go. Says, Invincible voice actor Seth Rogen, I am just actively trying to make less things starring white people. Is what he said in August 9th, 2020. Seth Rogen, the comedian and actor portraying Alan and the alien in the upcoming animated adaptation of Invincible, recently noted that he is actively trying to make less things starring white people in a recent interview given to Entertainment Weekly's Leah Greenblatt. The progressive actor discussed a wide range of topics, including his new film, An American Pickle, social issues, and how his grandfather would have smacked him around if they met in their 30s. At one point during the interview, while discussing Rogen's Canadian origins, Greenblatt asked the actor what his thoughts on the current American socio-political climate after witnessing the social and political upheaval of the last few months. Rogen replied, "For a long time, I think I was alleviating myself from some of the responsibility that one who is making a living off American system should be feeling, like I'm Canadian. I just came here to work and make comedies," he continued. "Now it's been too long. I'm an adult. I'm fully a part of the American culture and contributor to it. I can't pretend that this is not my culture as well. And this is not my problem as well. I'm an American citizen and this is America and I make money in America, so I no longer feel that way." Greenblatt then turns the topic to diversity in the industry and asks Rogen, "What do you feel like your role in that can be?" Rogen bluntly replied, "I mean, personally, I think I'm just actively trying to make less things starring white people." Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. He's a self-hater. You're white. You're white. Oh my God. The comedian would go on to say, and if I'm succeeding or not, I'm not. I'm very much looking to have far more diverse group of writers and directors and actors that we generally work with, because that group is not incredibly diverse, you know? Rogan ultimately concluded, so that's how I've been trying to deal with it, just to actively take as much as would say anti-racist measures to assure that some work is done to acknowledge that Black people are very marginalized in American society. You're white, Seth. You're white. So this is what he said last year. And then come this Christmas, he comes out with this weird ass movie about freaking making Santa, and how Christmas is run by a white men, and how Santa is basically white man bad, and how we need to make Santa into a girl, which is not original even, because Disney did it last year with Noelle. Like, damn, you're not even original, man. Winky Wanky Woo, thank you so much for the $1.49 super sticker. What is it? I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Where is it? Why don't you show me the super stickers? I hate you, StreamYard. Okay, there it is. It's a unicorn. Thank you so much. I love unicorns. Thank you. Aw, so sweet. And also the Rustman, thank you so much for the $25. You figured it out. Thank you. Says, great content, Nina. Here's to you, and I hope your man knows it's Christmas every day in your house. Loved you on the recent stream with Az. Gary has to have you on FNT. Have a wonderful holiday season. Oh, thank you so much, Rustman. Well, we will definitely be back next Monday with Az. So me and Mandy and Literature Devil are going to do another stream with him on Monday. We're going to be talking about the anime movie Perfect Blue. So that's going to be a really, really fun, and I can't wait to hang out with Az and talk more anime with him. And about the FNT thing, one of these days. We'll see. But Gary's great. And I love the FNT group, and I would love to be on FNT. It would really, really be an absolute treat to be on there and to hang out with all those guys. All of them are incredible men to hang out with, and Chrissy Mayer, who is now a full-time caster as well. So Chrissy is dope, and everybody else is dope, and FNT would be great to be on, but definitely going to be hanging out more with Az and watching more anime. So check us out on his channel Monday, I think at 3 p.m. Eastern. We will be there, and I think that's like 20 GMT. That's like British time. Yes, I don't. That's 3 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be really, really fun. Thank you so much for the $25, man. Thank you so much. It's incredibly generous. Thank you. Yes, it is. Perfect Blue, XCOM says, Perfect Blue, if I remember correctly, is a psych thriller, a bit on the weird side. It absolutely is. It's a very, very interesting movie. Definitely try and check it out if you can, and come and watch us talk about it, because if you can get a hold of it, definitely watch it. Yes, it is. I highly recommend this movie. It's very good. It's very messed up though. So just be warned. Curtis, have a great night, man. Good to see you here, and thank you so much for your super chat and your support. Have a great night. Boba Yogi, you too as well. Later. See you on Infinite Hope, man. See ya. Thank you. He is the main man. It's true. Gary's great. Gary's just so much fun. That one time that he was on Infinite Talk, and I kept talking to him for like hours and hours, and he just hung in there. He's so nice, and he's like, I think I gotta go after like 4 hours. Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. But yeah, back to Seth here and his weirdo woke movie with Sarah Silverman. Should it even be mentioned that these guys are Jewish? I mean, you got two Jewish people making a movie about Christmas and Christians and their holiday, and basically saying that this movie, or that being, Santa is a white man and that's a bad thing. Let's just watch the trailer. I'm going to keep pausing it once in a while so that we can break it down and talk about it. Let's break the narrative of this trailer of how, what are they saying? Is it racist? And yes, it is. Well, not racist, but definitely something is. I don't know what it is, but it's fucked up. That's what it is. All right, here we go.
When you're a kid,
Oh, and let me just start by saying this whole scenario of let's design a movie that looks for kids, but then gear it towards adult and drop the F-bomb every 5 seconds is not cool. Okay. It's not like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, you wanted to do the same thing with Sausage Party, which I didn't watch, by the way, because I feel like it was just so, like, it was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, why would I want to watch a bunch of anime fucking hot dogs, like animated 3D hot dogs, talk about like having sex? Like, it's just the most, like, it's so stupid. Like, I would never watch that. Like, and now you have this weird, like, claymation design, and
When
you,
you're a-
like, you have this claymation elf, you have this claymation scenario where it's definitely geared towards looking like it's designed to be a kids show, but it's not. And you have like them dropping the F word, and it's all like edgy and like adult. Obviously you're gonna see like Santa getting stoned off his ass, and I mean, clearly, because he's played by Seth Rogen, that's all he ever could, come up with is like, we get high and talk about it. That's Seth.
a kid, there's only one day a year more special than any other day, and that day is Christmas.
So she's talking about kids already, right? When you're a kid,
More special. When you're a kid, there's only one
when you're a kid. See, they're already gearing it towards kids, but it's not supposed to be for kids. It's supposed to be for adults.
other day, and that day is Christmas. And we are the magic behind that day. So let's get these fucking kids some fucking bread.
And then you go right into like, oh, let me drop the F-bomb, because this is because I'm so edgy and I'm so cool, and I'm gonna just like drop the F-bomb here. And that's that's it. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Rob Atlas says this is what kids are supposed to watch. It's not geared towards kids, but I'm saying it's like subliminally towards kids. Like, obviously, if a kid sees this, they're gonna be like, I want to watch this, and then that's gonna be a whole other conversation in the house. Why? Parents gonna be like, no, you can't watch this. Well, why can't I watch this? Because this is meant for adults. Well, it doesn't look for adults. Yeah, but it is made for adults. That's going to be a whole other conversation that people are going to get annoyed about this Christmas. It's like, it's just so dumb. So then you have like Santa showing up in this like giant car.
Good golly, he's jolly. Our own Santa Claus. Hey, Merry Christmas.
And so he's voiced by Seth Rogen. From the creators of Sausage Party, as if you wanted to see more of that crazy nonsense.
Good news, sir. More American kids believe in you than they do in vaccines or the Holocaust.
Oh, God. Oh, that line is already so cringe. More Americans believe in you than they believe in the vaccines or the Holocaust. Like, the amount of throw up that I have in my mouth that I'm keeping back right now. Like, gross. Like, what the hell, man? what the hell? Like, this is a Christmas movie. Why are you bringing up the Holocaust? Like, why?
That's great. I mean, disheartening for America, but great for us.
I'm here from the North Pole Times. Have you decided who will succeed you as Santa Claus?
Subtext: Santa's old and not.
Is it bad that I'm thinking to myself, well, at least Santa's not gay in this because he's got a wife? But yeah, that's the whole point, is they're trying to say white man bad, especially the like cis white male bad.
On death's door? Fuck you. I mean, good question. I'll give it some serious thought. Ha ha ho ho ho. Bye.
There have been many Santa Clauses throughout history.
Why does that elf look
Some
like
were
Yoda?
loved, others
Does this guy, is it just me, or does this guy look like Yoda?
loathed. But the position of Santa has mostly been a white man's game.
Oh my god.
Exactly. It's fucking crazy.
Oh my god. The position of Santa has been mostly a white man's game. He's white. Oh my god. Like, I can't deal with this.
Things have got to change.
My advice to you is, oh, if I die, get rid of my porn!
I want to be the next Santa. If this is your dream, you have to at least make your case, bitch.
You gotta get intimate with that jolly bitch.
I know you're right, but do you really have to call me bitch every time you say something?
Yes, bitch, because it's empowering to call you bitch.
I don't even know where, like, how to stop or where to start. Or it's empowering to call you a bitch. It's not empowering to call women bitch. Okay, it's not. It's not. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, who thinks this is funny? This isn't even funny. It's like there's like there's no comedy here.
Bitch.
Let's go over what we know. Santa and the board are all male and all white.
Santa and the board are all male and all white.
They play golf, drink, smoke cigars, say things like, don't ever marry your mistress.
Just so you know, the women of the North Pole make fun of one of your dicks. Have fun wondering whose it is.
Oh my god.
What I need to learn is how to throw out with these guys. You know, shoot the shit, do shots, shoot shots of shit.
This is just so mean-spirited. It's like, this is the most cringe, mean-spirited. I can't even deal with this anymore. I'm done. I'm done with this stupid trailer. I can't even deal. It's just, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this stupid anymore. I'm so sick and tired of all these people thinking they're being edgy and cool because they're talking about, having a female Santa. It's like, no, man, you know what? That's already been done too. Okay? That's already been done. It was called Noel, and it was the worst movie I've ever seen. Let me show you this movie. Noel, Disney. It was a Disney movie. In 2019. It's this movie. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you the trailer for this one because I won't subject you to such trash. But this is the movie, Noel, with Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader. Saving Christmas Together? Oh, joy. And this movie was about how this chick becomes Santa Claus. That was the movie. It was how Santa should be a girl now. Because apparently, like, that's the coolest thing, is to, like, make every single white man we've ever known into a woman. That's the story. Let's just turn everyone into a girl. Because that's cool. It's just the most insane shit. I can't handle it anymore. People are like, this is torturous. Cringe. Yes, Rudy, I showed it on the last chill stream that we were doing. It was gross. Keely Cho says Santa's more believable than Jeffrey Epstein killing himself. That's also true. Idiot Rambler says I'm still waiting on Gary and as a Santa a husband comic. It'll probably come out sometime after Gary does his Picard review. I didn't even know this was a thing. I had no idea. Winky Wanky Woo says, Jesus, has Sarah Silverman ever been funny? The only time I ever found her like remotely amusing is when she starred in that Voyager episode when they go back in time. And she was like so young. And she was like the what's it called? She was like the scientist, not scientist, the astronomer that Paris went to get her help. That's the only time I've ever found her mildly amusing. And that's because that was a really good script. It was a really good episode. So you can't her lines, she didn't write her lines. Somebody else wrote it for her and she just had to like repeat it. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever found her amusing. Spike and Madness says, no, I hate those episodes. She was still annoying. I love that episode when they went back in time. That was a good episode. That was good. That was when Star Trek was still good. Rob Atlas says, which will come out first? Picard review, Santa's husband, or Disney making a great film? Oh, dude. Disney making a great film is like way down that list. So I'm going to go with probably Picard review first, then Santa's husband, because I've never even heard of what that is. Then Disney making a great film. I don't remember who she was dating, but I remember when she dressed as Adolf Hitler. Oh, she was dating. Oh, I didn't know she was dating Jimmy Kimmel at the time. Oh, but I do remember that when she dressed as Adolf Hitler. Naked Fame says, oh, Nina, Mead showed the Norwegian gay Santa video when I brought it up. Andre apologized profusely. Poor Andre. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. That's good. Oh, poor Andre. So yeah, basically Seth Rogen's a tool. I'm so embarrassed he's from Vancouver. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that he's an idiot. He's a complete idiot. I've gotten into it with his fans before, where his fans called me like a white knight for white supremacy because I said he should be nice to Ted Cruz because he kept calling him a white supremacist Nazi. And I was like, damn, Seth, like maybe try being nice, like, Canadians. And people got big mad when I said that. But yeah, so yeah, fuck Seth Rogen. Okay. Next we're going to talk about he's a Canadian spy. Get him. No, eat clay. Quit giving them ideas, bro. Stop it. No. Yes, I am. Well, I'm from Canada and I live in Mexico. That's why I don't understand American gun laws and people. Keely says, poor Justin Proper because he has to torture himself doing live reactions to crappy Christmas movies and specials until Christmas. Don't feel sorry for him, Keely. Don't feel sorry for him. This is all voluntary. He did it last year too. He likes to torture himself. That guy's a sadist. Don't feel sorry for him. He likes to do that to himself. DJ Scandalous, I hate you. Seth Rogen is an island boy. He an island boy. Now that's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the night. Thank you so much, DJ Scandalous. Really hate you. Really. Okay. Next. Speaking of another soy boy, what mean things. I don't even know what else to say other than soy boy little bitch. LeBron James convinced something real fishy going on amid COVID absence. La bitch. No, they shouldn't, DJ Scandalous. No, they shouldn't. Okay. So LeBron James convinced something real fishy is going on amid COVID absence. LeBron James, who is in the NBA's health and safety protocols, thinks something's fishy going on. While it was not confirmed that James tested positive for COVID-19, ESPN.com reported that the Lakers star is expected to miss several games. James has thus far declined to elaborate on what exactly he thinks is fishy, but he used just about every fish emoji available to man in a Wednesday tweet to illustrate his point. The Lakers played without James on Tuesday night and rallied to beat the Kings 117-92. Ouch. Kings need to step up their game. He said he's good. Anthony Davis said after the game, a further hint that James did indeed test positive. I think he's asymptomatic, which is a good sign. But we want to make sure that he gets back. Health is the most important than this, bigger than basketball. He has a family. He wants to make sure that he's good no matter what. Well, he seems like he's fine. He's just asymptomatic. Sorry, I had to drink. Okay. So this was the tweet, though. So he put out this tweet this morning. Says something real, all these fish emoji going on. And no one knows what this is about. What we do know is COVID was trending like 2 days ago when we found out LeBron James is tested positive for COVID. Mind you, I don't know why this article is saying that it has not been confirmed that James tested positive for COVID. I mean, who else needs to confirm this other than ESPN, who reported it, that they're going to be, that James is going to be missing, the game, and that you got Anthony Davis saying that he thinks that he's asymptomatic. I mean, what else are we talking about here? Like what? How else is it supposed to be confirmed? Like that James comes out and actually says, like, I have COVID on Twitter. That's when it's confirmed. I don't get it. DJ Scandalous says, yes, something real fishy. His treatment didn't work. Yeah. You know that thing you injected yourself with that was supposed to stop it from happening? It didn't. Terminal, thank you so much for the 100 Czechoslovakian woolly bullies. Little tribute for good work. Aw, thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Winky Wanky Woo says, LeBron likes fish sticks. He likes to suck them. Oh my God. ESPN, owned by Disney. That's true. ESPN is owned by Disney. But yeah, so like, I think that the fishy thing is that that thing that he injected himself didn't work properly. I also think that I mean, is it possible? Is it possible that LeBron James is actually going to be like thinking about this now? Is it possible? Is it possible that LeBron James is going to come around to what Kyrie Irving has been saying? Maybe not so far to that side because Kyrie is kind of a nutter. Like, you know, he'll talk about like flat earth and whatever, what have you. But is it possible that LeBron James might question some of this bullshit now? I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it's possible because I think LeBron James is very how you say this? I don't know. Like sold out. Like he's sold out to the man, like big time. I don't think he's ever going to question anything. But then again, like I don't know. Like what's this fishy thing he's talking about? Is he insinuating something? DJ Scandalous says, and they are showing 10-year-old pics of that Michigan kid, but showed recent pics of Rittenhouse. That's the media for you. Yeah, that's funny. Naked Fame says, Nina Infinity, are you asking if LeBron James will admit he's wrong? Ha 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 ha. I'm not saying that he would admit he's wrong. I'm saying that he would admit that something, maybe there's something going on with this vax. It's not working the way it was supposed to, like Kyrie says. I don't know. Do you think that he might? Maybe he won't. I don't think he will. I don't think he will either. I don't. I think I think he is. Eric K, what's going on, man? Says it's not possible that China ever wakes up. He's too dumb. That's also very true. Joker voice says LeCaren will never have a change of heart. He's owned by China and is a shill for these authoritarians. I agree with you. I agree with that. But what's up with this fishy thing then? Like, why is he saying that? Why do you guys think he's saying this weird fishy quote? Something is real fishy going on. Bro, you don't need the is. It's something fishy is going on. Let's go to the comments. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. Let's see here. Okay, the Hodge twins starting to ask questions. That is how it starts. Yeah, they're gonna take your black card away soon. What? I don't know who this person is. Russ Smith. Says Braun about to trade Adam Silver. That's funny. For those of you that don't know, Adam Silver is the commissioner of the NBA. Let's see here. Lakers went on a 40-8 run on the Kings. That's pretty crazy, actually. Wait, meanwhile, in high school basketball, what the hell? That's weird. Josiah Johnson saying the CDC trying to stop Omicron variant from getting into America. What? I don't get it. I played in Serbia, brother. I wish you guys could feel that. I don't know what that means. Oh, Jokic wasn't bothered at all. That's funny. Jokic. I called him Jokic. Pyro says, what you have to remember is that LeBron is of a below average IQ. You can't take anything he says seriously. Well, I mean, that's also true. That's also true. So yeah, we all don't think that anything is gonna come of this. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to do that, Bobo Yogi. I just saw you comment about getting the extension for Chrome for the Google dislikes thing. I just haven't had the time, but I'll do it. Speaking of crazy assholes, though, did you guys see this about Bill Gates? Bill Gates says this is an interesting test of people's trust in our politics. Let's listen to this idiot. God, I hate this guy.
I'm not sure that this was an interesting case test of people's trust in their politicians or their health system, and statistically, we didn't do as well as I would have expected.
No shit.
I'm cited as some, mastermind of some evil plot in many, many cases. So no, I didn't expect any of that. In some ways, the politicization of, taking vaccines and helping protect other people, you could almost say that's a step backwards. So I hope vaccine acceptance for other diseases like measles is not reduced by this, but a lot of people jump
Measles is not an experimental vaccine, retard.
Meaningful minority in most countries were led down a path of believing that not only were there rare side effects, but that the vaccine wasn't properly tested or was part of some evil conspiracy.
Yeah, that's me. He's talking about people like me who think that this whole thing is it's part of some evil conspiracy. I think that it is. I think there is an evil conspiracy going on, and I think Bill Gates is part of it. And I think that Bill Gates is an idiot, and he couldn't even keep Windows virus free, and he needs to shut the fuck up. That's what I think. And I think that like the fact that he's going off about how people don't trust the media and he's all surprised about that. Well, no shit, bud. No shit. You think they don't trust the media and politicians because we've had 2 years of them coercing us, threatening us, not giving us any facts, telling us lies upon lies. And then you're saying like, "Oh, gee, I wonder why people don't trust us." Cuz you're freaking dumb. You're a freaking liar. You and Fauci should be in jail. Especially Fauci. Fuck that guy. Fuck you, Bill Gates. Yeah, Bill Gates is trying his best not to look evil. He's all like, "Well, I'm just a kind old man that, I'm just, I don't know why, why do people think that, like the governments are, doing something bad, and that this is some sort of weird conspiracy. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know, dude, because fully vaccinated people are getting sick. I don't know, because you got, LeBron vax me 10 times. James over here, sick and missing NBA games after getting I don't know, freaking 10 vaxes. I wonder why. You had like the president of the United States coming and telling people, don't worry, the vax is so great. You're never going to have to even think about COVID anymore once you get it. That's it. It's one and done. Just get the vax and you'll be good. And it turned out like that was a load of shit. It turned out people who are vaccinated can still give it and spread it. So get it and spread it. So that was a load of crap. And they've been spouting a load of crap for like 2 years. And people are sick of it. And people don't trust them anymore. Why would they trust them? Doesn't make any sense. And speaking of where we're going towards in clown world, and I hope it never comes to your home or your city, Papers, Please in France, 2021. You got people eating in a restaurant. You got police walking around asking them for their papers as they're eating. This is stuff that I never thought I would see in my lifetime. I never thought that I would see this kind of behavior in my lifetime alive after, this thing called World War II ended. and we were supposed to be on a new, peaceful reign of, I don't know, peace and prosperity. But no, we have France here, who previously, was part of the rebellion, fought the Nazis, have now become what they hated. They've now become the Nazis, asking for papers from patrons at a restaurant. This is absolutely something that you would never think that you would see in your life. This is sickening. The French, who stood up to the Nazis, who created the underground revolution, who were part of that, the underground resistance against the Nazis. This is what they've come to. I mean, this is really, this is really freaking sad. This is something that I never thought I would see, and I mean, this is the same thing that's happening in Canada. Same thing, not this exactly, but I mean, as of like 2 days ago, Canada, you can't get on a plane, train, or any moving, contraption, a ship, whatever, in Canada without being COVID vaccinated. You have, places you go into, and especially places like British Columbia, where people are asking for vaccine passports to enter buildings, to buy food, to buy whatever. So this is an absolute disgusting display of fascism, and it's going to be coming to a city near you if you don't say anything about it now. I've been warning about this for basically 2 years now. I'm one of the people that Bill Gates refers to as a conspiracy theorist. There's only so much a theory can go, though, before it becomes conspiracy fact, and we know the facts about the vaccine. I know my viewers do, because we've been talking about it forever. I'm not going to start talking about it now, because, as we all know, Mama YouTube doesn't want to talk about facts about the vaccine or anything like that. So we're not going to talk about that, but we all know it. We all know it. I know my viewers are very smart. I know that you guys know what's going on out there. John and I've been talking about it for 2 years. If you're listening to anyone like the likes of Eric July, you know what's going on. You know what these guys are doing, it's sick. It's sick. People like Chris Sky have been talking about this. Chris Sky, he's the greatest Canadian hero right now. The greatest, the most wanted man in Canada. Keeps getting arrested for not complying. That guy's my hero. I can tell you that right now. Exactly. All this stops when enough liberty-minded people say no more decentralization now. Absolutely. That's what we need to be doing. It's just become one of those, it's one of those things where I swear every time I open Twitter and I see some of the things I see, I'm just like, is this like really the world I live in now? Am I really looking at Nazi Germany in France? Is that what has become of our world? It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to cover before we call it. There was this little fun news before we can talk about this before I call it a night. I saw this. I haven't even read it, but I thought it was funny. It's the headline. You got Nicolas Cage to play Dracula in a comedic adaptation from Universal Pictures. Renfield. That sounds hilarious. I like Nick Cage. Nick Cage is taking a break from the challenging and often horrific indie films, and he's been undertaking as of late, like Pig and Mandy, to take on a more classical kind of horror. I still really want to see Pig. That movie looks great. I really want to see that movie. According to Hollywood Reporter, the Ghost Rider actor will play Dracula opposite Nicholas Hoult, who will appear as his servant in a Renfield, a new comedy based on Bram Stoker's famous tale. Produced by Universal, a home of B-movie monsters icon. You know what's weird is at first I thought it was going to be like an actual Dracula movie, and I was actually really excited for it. And now I'm seeing that it's going to be a comedy, and I'm not as excited. But then again, I'm like thinking to myself, well, we haven't really gotten any good comedies recently, so maybe this will be good. I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe it would be good. Produced by Universal, the home of B-movie monster icons like the Vampire Count, Frankenstein's Monster, Wolfman, the Mummy, and helmed by Lego Batman director Chris McKay. THR refers to Renfield as a modern-day adventure story that is comedic in tone. As a character, Renfield is normally depicted as an unhinged mental patient, corrupted, kept under the thrall of his master. Factoring that element, it could be that Holt and McKay will try to humanize him in a way reminiscent of Edgar Wright's storytelling. The film will be a departure not only in tone for reclusive Transylvanian weirdo who's really an undead bloodsucker, but also that centerpiece of the narrative as Renfield will take a spotlight rather than Dracula himself. I don't know if I like that because I like Dracula. That's who I want to see the movie for, is Dracula. It sounds like the perfect role for Cage, an actor notorious for his darling and animated exaggerations of very basic character templates when boiled down to that go beyond the method. Prior to his casting in Dracula, Cage's most notable encounter with vampire was the 1998 comedy Vampire's Kiss, film featuring a performance by the actor that captures everything polarizing and wacky about him as an actor. I've never seen that movie. But I could see him as Dracula. I think he would be good as that. I think he would be good. I like Nick Cage. I think it would be really cool. Lisa Roberts says Dracula Dead and Loving It was funny. Yeah, Nicolas Cage and Christopher Walken. I would watch them in any movie. Yeah, I mean, I like Nick Cage. And I think that Nick Cage is really interesting because he hasn't really been doing anything crazy woke. And I think that's a good sign. That's a good sign for this movie. He's not super woke. Like Nick Cage is still Nick Cage. He's very weird. Nick Cage is very, very weird. Pyro says Nick Cage doing his best Vincent Price would be great. Nick Cage is just great. Yeah, so that's interesting. I don't know. I think that'll be an interesting project for sure. For sure. Okay. We've been going for like 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna call it a night, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me this evening. It was a pleasure to talk to you all. And I will be back probably tomorrow. I think I'm supposed to be hosting the Queen's Council. So hopefully that'll be okay and things are fine. And I will be back tomorrow. If not, I will be back here Friday for Infinite Hope. One last time, be sure to check out our mailing list and sign up for our mailing list for our pinup calendar, or not calendar, sorry, for our pinups book spectacular. It's a poster book. There's no calendar. There's no numbers on dates. It's just a book with pictures, beautiful fold out pictures that you will see of me, Mandy, and Lorena. Just put in your email. It's free to do. And sign up for the mailing list so that we know that you are interested in this project. And you will be the first to know when it goes live, and you will be the first to know if what different things we're giving away with it and everything like that. So definitely check it out. Let me put in the link one last time in the chat, although it's also in the pinned comments. So just sign up here if you are interested in seeing that. I think it'll be really cool. Peter Gilmore is doing the art. And I think that some other people will be doing more art for it. But that'll be really exciting. And I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to look really cool. So definitely check it out. There you go. Thank you, Grumpy, for dropping the links. I also dropped it here. And it's also in the description. So if you're watching this afterwards, click the description down below and you can check that out. And hey, good to see you, TZ Canadian. So yeah, tomorrow the Queen's Council is supposed to be on my channel, unless somehow that doesn't happen. In which case, I will be back on Friday for Infinite Hope, episode 61. So I'll be here doing my thing at 2:45 Eastern. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So I hope I will see you all in the chat. And thank you, everybody out there who joined me tonight. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you if you pressed the like button. Thank you if you just hung out and talked to me. And all the good stuff. You guys are awesome. I love the chat. I love you guys. And I will be back also next Wednesday to do the same thing. So John and I won't, we're not doing Infinite Talk for now anymore. That's on a hiatus. So I will be back for this show. It's either going to be a chill stream or Breaking the Narrative, which is very similar, honestly. And I'll just be doing this on Wednesdays. Maybe I'll get some cool guests. I'll look into getting some people in for guests and everything and see how that goes. So again, thank you everybody for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.